Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the fourth episode of the Minecraft Hardcore Let's Play. And today we're doing things a little bit different, as per usual. I've decided that we are going to start a new part, which is part 2, Exploration Deeper. And of course, things happen, and I hope you guys are ready for it because it was quite a loaded episode. First, you gotta take in that view, that wonderful, glorious Minecraft view, and move on with our time. So I decided now's the time to go mining. It's very important that we do so because we don't have a lot of resources on hand from mining. And I thought, hey, that's something that I haven't done yet. And so I did. I ended up finding a village and taking some of their potatoes away. Because I personally like potatoes as a farming resource. I don't usually tend to use anything else because they're very easy. And I also like potatoes in real life. Any potato company out there that wants to help a brother out, I'd be more than willing to. I also managed to get a horse. I was testing them out. I didn't like this one as much because it could not jump. And I thought it's probably really fast, but I'm not looking for speed. So I took off the saddle and equipped it onto the other horse and decided that it was time for me to make my way home. But sheesh, this horse had hops. Kind of unexpected for me, to be honest. I thought it wasn't gonna hop as high, but it did. So I set out on the trail, hoping for the best. And fortunately enough for me, I encountered something that I didn't think was possible at this moment. No, it wasn't that llama. It was actually bloody donkey. So I took the donkey with me. And this donkey was following me all over because I needed the donkey to make a mule. Now this mule is going to be a combination of the two, and there's no necessary reason to make it other than to have a better rounded carrier for my belongings whenever I decide to go traveling. Most likely going to stock it with food, probably some milk buckets if I ever need it, and probably some wood because it'll be safer to have the wood on the horse or mule rather than anything else, because that would be very, very difficult to manage and maintain. That's also something else that I wish to emphasize to everybody that's watching out there. Traveling light is nice for when you're gonna grab resources, but you still need to be heavy on things that are necessary for your survival, like wood and food. Usually just both of them. Maybe even some other materials need be, like potatoes, raw potatoes that aren't cooked all the way through. Well, either way, when I got back home, I decided to make a little farm over the water because realistically speaking, there was no reason for me not to. I did what I had to, got some rest. A couple of days passed. I need to remember that I'm doing a playthrough where sleep can make the difference between the beginning and the end of the game, because I still have a limit. There's no easy way to remember that, especially since I'm taking things so slowly. Again, these are things that you have to do in order to have a healthy, happy Minecraft experience, so you can fall back on something. So, decided to make a little potato garden. I leaded up my horse, and we headed out for a mine nearby. And to my surprise, it really wasn't that far. I was just gonna go and wander, hopefully find something of interest, but we've ran into this chasm. Now, I was like, man, maybe I didn't need to bring my horse with me, but at the same front, I wanted to make sure that at least it was close to home and I remember where to go. So this was actually the perfect spot for me. So I hooked my horse up to the edge of this mine area so it wouldn't wander off, because it tends to do that, which is kind of sad, but hey, better for it to stay there than to be lost, so I can get back home sooner rather than later. Again, not that far. Grabbed my water bucket and made my way down. Now, as I was mining, I was like, man, this is actually really peaceful. I didn't know, however, that, mining down here was actually kind of a crazy move. This was actually a great mine to be in. All the coal and materials that I was collecting, I ended up finding a little crystal vein. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to use them for besides, magnifying glass and probably some form of decoration, but that's for another time. Either way, it's a nice little cave, nice little cavern. But besides that, I decided it was time to go deeper underground. Because, again, it's not like I found craziest little, bits and pieces of ore. Then suddenly I went down and it was teeming with monsters. Quite a few. So many zombies. There was a witch down there and I saw a spider in the back. And of course there's skeletons. Then I got knocked down. I was not ready for that at all. Luckily there's some water down here. I almost lost my health. It was almost the end of the game right there. I had to nab the last potato. And now I'm gonna try and figure out what to do next. Light up the place because that'll prevent mobs from spawning around, and that's very important. Torches are great. I believe everybody knows that when they're playing Minecraft. Place down the torches and make sure the place is illuminated. It's very important in hardcore because even if you decide to eliminate all the monsters in the area, if they respawn and catch you off guard, that's a lot of free health that they're getting rid of for you. I was very intimidated by the amount of zombies, skeletons, and the witch, but I made it work. I got lucky and got this Bane of Arthropods 2 and knockback sword. What are the odds? So, I got a little giddy, decided to use it, and as you can see, it worked out like a charm. There's a spider and a skeleton over there. There's also a zombie riding a spider. I didn't want to do that either, but I digress. I lit my way to this witch and started fighting her. Then I realized once she threw that poison at me, I really can't fight her with all those zombies around, so I gotta retreat. And so I did, and I waited for my health to come back. Played it safe, of course, because there's no reason for me to do anything else. Now, as I got back down, I actually found a diamond spotted in the corner of my eye on my way down. And I ended up getting 3 diamonds. But I did over there was a little bit reckless because lava could have been at the bottom of it, or a really great fall. But, as I said before, I hit that parry real quick. Somebody needs to make an edit out of that, something really fire. But either way, I made my way, got 3 diamonds, and that was enough to go to the nether. And probably more than enough to make the Eye of Ender. But see, look, it says the spider, the zombie riding the spider. I couldn't leave it be. I had to get rid of it. I have to take it out. No chicken jockey though. No chicken jockey. As you can tell, I'm running out of food and I'm running out of time. Decided to do a little bit more exploration, and it ended up working out in my favor. Again, a lot more iron to be discovered. This mine isn't completely explored. However, I still think that it has a lot of potential. So I might come back later in another episode. Need to get as many resources as I can to explore the nether and whatnot. Get those blaze rods and fight those wither skeleton skulls. Because I'm going to be there for a while trying to find a way to fight the wither. So, after I came back and I did a little construction to my house, I actually made the nether portal. I would have shown the process of building it, but it really wasn't that important in the grand scheme. But I digress. It's here. It's ready to go. And so I take the plunge into the underground. Once I arrived, I looked around to see what I could see. And there was no nether fortress in sight. However, there was this weird biome area with a lot of skeletons. I was terrified for my life. I didn't want to go over there because I know if I'm on soul sand, then I will definitely get lost and stuck. There's also Enderman here, which I found weird. There's a lot of ghast in the area too. I don't know how I'm going to make my way out. So I did what any normal Minecraft player would do. I protected my portal because I know if that thing breaks, I can relight it. But if I, for some reason, don't have flint and steel, I need to make sure it's safe. Especially for mobs coming in. I don't know what the skeleton was using, but it was really tough. Almost lost my life again. There's a lot of close calls in this episode. But either way, we did it. We built our way out and made a wall on both sides. I decided to go and investigate a little bit more because, you know, had to be a little bit more confident in myself, see what they had, see what I could find out there. So I ate up and walked out. Got some quartz on our right, nothing too crazy. A lot of armed skeleton. So I decided, you know what, might as well fight a ghast. What's the worst that could happen? And then it just stopped attacking for some reason. I didn't know exactly why. Sometimes it takes forever for it to attack, but other times not so much. Then I see it. There's a dry ghast right there on the ground. I didn't even realize that was in this version of the game. So I decided, hey, I can't stay here much longer. I'm gonna go and grab it, so when later comes, I can actually use it for another episode. And we both get to experience something new together. But these skeletons were getting on my last nerve. I was really tired. There goes one, and there goes the other. Now, I was not gonna fight the ghast for much longer because, again, it wasn't worth it. I don't know if you're supposed to use a diamond pickaxe on it, but I did to pick it up. Then I got the recipe for the saddle, the helmet, the goggles. As soon as I got back, I decided time to get some sleep. It's nighttime, and I don't want any mobs to come out and attack me while I do this, or attack the little guy. So I just kind of plopped them in the water, and that's about it. I don't know if it's gonna work anytime soon, but I thank you all so much for stopping by for this episode of Minecraft. Sorry that it took me so long. I've been trying to catch up with streaming and all that. There's also another series in the works, so look out for that. It's gonna be a surprise. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is right away. But either way, it's been Blaze. Fan that flame, burn your dread, and stay hot. Bye-bye.